What's going on, people? What's going on? Now, Game Pass has been really acting up. It's really been acting up because I have Game Pass pulled up right here, and for some reason, they are not giving me the option to watch these things live, which is the reason that I have it. It's one of the biggest reasons that I have it. You take away the all 22, now I can't watch things live. I guess I'm gonna have to somehow rig this in a way that I can watch these games, but for some reason they're not giving me the option to watch this thing live. Now I know there's a Jaguars game on right now, so they should give me at least the option to watch that, but for some reason Game Pass has let me down again. So let's see if I can pull this up right here. For some reason they logged me out of my entire Game Pass. So hopefully I'm out here scanning this so I could log back in. Hopefully the game hasn't started yet and we're just watching a whole bunch of shenanigans. But what's going on, people? We got Kudo in here. Oju got Dylan in here. Ruda. What's going on, people? Max. All right, I should be signed in. They should be letting me in this game finally. All right, we got Carl Banks and Bob Pop on my screen, so we in here. All right, so the new way I set this up to stream games, I am not going to be have I'm not going to be able to have the sound on at all. But I'm thinking I might be able to do something that makes sense. I might just have to use the Bluetooth to my TV, use some earbuds so I can hear the game sound. Yeah, that probably makes sense. But I see Carl Banks and Bob Papa talking. Of course, it's 7:33 and nothing's happening. What's going on, David? What's going on, James? But yeah, nothing is happening. And we're what? 3 minutes into the game. That's pretty much what I hate the most about television is that you can get in here and you got to wait before you actually watch the season. Oh yeah, I feel good about the Giants this year, definitely. I feel the best I've felt about the Giants in a very, very, very long time. Definitely a very, very long time. The last time everybody felt this good was 2017 after our defense was so amazing because we brought in those free agents. Then we brought in Brandon Marshall. And then it all went downhill from there. Now I'm really thinking that I should probably try to include the earbuds so I can hear the TV because we got a lot of numbers here, a lot of people who, we might not even know who they are until we hear their name getting called. So I might have to do that. And also, you people that are in the New York area, you probably are a little bit ahead of me because I'm watching this on Game Pass, and I'm pretty sure Game Pass is a little bit behind. So you guys will probably be at least a play ahead of me, at least like 10 seconds ahead of me. What's going on? So what are y'all looking for to see this game? I mean, I just see people standing, so I guess they're singing the national anthem. So I mean, I don't know why we that's one thing about preseason. It's very like they don't put that much effort into the broadcast. Like there's just a lot of stills. It's like watching like a college basketball game or a college any kind of like small college game where you have like the interns, not interns, but you have like the college department, uh, people that go to the media school that are doing that event, and it's like a bunch of stills, really slow paced. Sometimes there's just like a zoom in on someone in the crowd, and that's like for minutes, where like some random dude in the crowd is getting minutes of airtime. I'm hoping that we see Tony Wilding. I'm hoping that we see Tony, but I don't think he's going to play. That's just me. I don't think he's going to play. And of course, it would help to have the sound on because I would, hear that when everybody else heard it, but I don't have it on. But I'm not thinking that Tony's going to play. I'm thinking that Aziz is going to play, but he might not play either because Joe Judge said that this is basically a fourth preseason game. So nobody is playing who he expects to make the roster, or they'll get very little. Oh, okay, I got to turn on the volume. We got Coach Judge about to talk. Hopefully, I don't get flagged for this. All right, I got it down really low. You guys let me know if you can hear TV in the background. Yeah, he's the fifth receiver on the depth chart. One, that depth chart is put together by the PR department, so it has nothing to do with the coaching staff. And then two, he was saying the guys that are kind of in danger of getting cut. So Tony's not going to get cut no matter what spot he is on the depth chart. All right, that's perfect. Give me 1 second. I hope you guys can't hear this AC in my house. It's loud. Hopefully you can. Got a lot of noise canceling going on with this mic, but it still might be coming through. But yeah, I can barely hear what Judge is saying, but it seems like he's saying something. I mean, he's always saying something important. And then they keep going back. They keep going back to this one family in the stands over and over again. Yeah, Howard Cross is putting on weight. He's definitely putting on weight. And what is 7:38, and we're finally about to kick off. Like this is ridiculous. All right, Matt Perry, Andrew Thomas, Nate Solder, Jackson Barton. They're saying those are our tackles. We know that. I'm thinking that the starting offensive line is actually going to play at least to start the game because we don't have depth. Like we don't have anybody behind us. Like the other day, one of our coaches were playing. They were playing right guard, so we don't have any depth. So I'm thinking that the starting offensive line, just from what I see here, Cam Brown is on special teams. I don't know the rest of these guys by number. I probably know their name though. All right, who we got returning this kick? That's CJ Board. That's a nice return. That's the first Giants play. Let's get this out of the way because ESPN loves to show these little clips and then copyright me. So glad we got that out of the way. I've been good, Kudo. How you been? Okay, so we do have Andrew Thomas out there, Mike Glennon, Napoleon Dynamite at quarterback, Nick Gates. I think we got the entire starting line out there. So that makes me feel good. Can't see who's at the bottom of the screen because I got this set up right in front of me. Mike Glennon. Oh, it got tipped. It looked like Slayton got some separation right there, though. It definitely looked like Slayton got some separation right there. Okay, so they got Wiggins out there, Hernandez, Devontae Booker, Penny, Slayton, Sills, and Hicatini. So basically, most of the receivers aren't playing except Darius Slayton and David Sills. So that means that Shepard isn't playing. Pretty much everybody else isn't playing either. Booker's out there. All right. Cole Hicatini is somebody I'm kind of interested in seeing, number 48. Oh, and I really hope they take that out of the offense because it doesn't seem like anybody can create any kind of offense on those short throws. So they got pretty much the entire Jets starting line. They got the starting lineup out there, the actual starters out there for the Jets. So these are our backups playing against the Jets starters. All right, let's see. I just saw that I think we went backwards, so I guess Parrott gave up a sack. Oh yeah, he ran the corner on him. Who's that? Carl Lawson? That's Let's see who that was that sacked him. Bryce Huff. I don't even know who Bryce Huff is, but apparently he's beating Matt Parrott. That might not be very good because we do have our starting offensive line out there. But I'm not going to overreact. You usually never see Parrott get beat around the outside, though. This is his first punt of many. Riley Dixon is going to be doing a lot of punting if this offensive line can't block. All right. Okay, so let's see the defense come out there. I see BJ Hill trotting on the field. I see they didn't show anybody else. This is Zach Wilson's first couple plays as a starter. Yeah, Bald. I mean, I think Parrott is a left tackle by trade, but he basically means that Parrott is a finesse left tackle. Like he's a finesse kind of blocker, and he is. But you know, he's going to be on the right side because of Andrew Thomas. I would think that they would consider switching though. We got Austin. Oh my God, look at that. That hole opened up real quick. So that's Shelton out there. That's BJ Hill, Austin Johnson. I think that was a first down. Yeah, we got Austin Johnson out there. Let's see who else is out there. They'll probably throw up. What's going on, Les Toast? So I'm trying to see who's out there for the Giants and Jets. If they got, I think the Jets have all their starters out there because they probably want their quarterback to get some confidence. Nice little play action right there. You got 84 wide open. That is Corey Davis. Yeah, we don't have any of our DBs out there as far as our starters. Greeny, I wouldn't overreact to this. This isn't our. These are literally our backup defensive linemen. This isn't really anything to panic about. It's the Jets starting offensive line, which is a solid line, and it's against our literally all backups. So I wouldn't worry about that. Who's that? Is that Ojulari at the bottom of your screen? Yep, that's him. Okay. So he is getting some burn. Reggie Ragland in there, Austin Johnson. So they got Mekhi Becton, Dan Feeney, pretty much their entire starting offense out there. They don't have did Elijah Moore get injured or something? He's not out there. So maybe he'll be out there with the second team in a couple minutes, but the Jets are moving the ball so far. So let's see. I want to see Ojulari come off the football more than anything. It seems like they're running everything away from Ojulari. Now I doubt that they're game planning against him, but it's just so far everything has been going away from Ojulari. But the Jets offense so far looks pretty creative. So they got Trent Harris and Ojulari out there, Yadam, Holmes, Julian Love. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, all backups. So I thought that maybe Rodarius Williams would start, but I guess since Yadam is the vet, they got him out there. Ojulari just got manhandled by by Mekhi Becton. That is a big man. I don't think Ojulari has ever. I don't think he's ever gone against somebody. He probably has at Bama. Never mind. But Mekhi Becton is a big dude. They're not going to put DJ in the preseason. I think we got Tate Crowder right in the middle, calling the shots. I just want to see Ojulari come off the ball and just like a regular passing down. All right, here we go. That was a bull rush right there. So that's their first play where they hadn't gotten like 8 to 12 yards. I don't know why the Giants defense looks. I guess that's Julian Love or somebody. I couldn't tell. Whoever they show right there looked pretty tired. All right, Corey Davis on a little end around fake. That's like a 4 yard run. They're already in field goal range. I don't really think that I'm going to see anything that's going to excite me until I see the second unit come in there, and or if Ojulari does something crazy. Which so far he's been kind of held under control because they've been mixing up the run and the pass. I haven't seen him really get to fire off the football yet. But this is a 3rd and 6, so this is our shot to see Ojulari come off the ball full speed. You got Rodarius Williams out there on the outside. This is his first snap. Yeah, Ojulari against Becton, it's like a shadow. And then Rodarius Williams, like clockwork. That is Corey Davis, but yeah, they've been running laps all week. But Rodarius Williams got routed up by Corey Davis. You know, this isn't CJ Board you're playing against. You're playing against Corey Davis now. So I think this is some good reps for him. Now they got Morgan Moses in there, right tackle. Before they had George Fan in there. The Jets are putting together a good drive. It looks like, you know, they really scripted this. It doesn't look like a preseason, but I guess this is all about getting your young quarterback confidence. Ojulari just got double teamed, but I liked his initial push in the run game. He had a nice shed, and then he came over and got double teamed. I cannot hear what Bob Papa just said, but I don't know what's going on. Who's that? Reggie Ragland? Okay. I think the next time I stream, or maybe in a couple of minutes when we take a break, I'm gonna switch the angle so that way I can actually look forward and see the TV and maybe get a side angle of me because yeah, it's kind of weird to watch a half of the half of the screen. Ojulari has been looking pretty quiet. I'm not really seeing that burst off of the ball. I'm watching Game Pass, Patrick, but I haven't been able to see Ojulari fire off the football like I would like him to do. Like I've seen him do in college, but again, they've been mixing it up. He hasn't been able to go full force. And Makai Becton is a good player. And Yadam, I don't know why Isaac Yadam got so much like hate as the second guy on the outside. He was always solid. I mean, he never gave up any big plays. He gave up some plays, but I mean, you can't expect everybody on your team to be a lockdown corner. And there's Isaac Yadam breaking up a play on Corey Davis. And I mean, I don't see any issue with that. Yadam usually does his job. So they got 3 points on the board. Now we'll see Glennon and the gang come out and see what they can do. I don't think Kadarius Toney's going to play today because they've been working him back really slowly. I just don't think he's going to play. I just really doubt it. I mean, I thought they would give him maybe a drive, but I don't think he's going to play. I highly doubt it. And yeah, this is the weird thing about Game Pass is that when there's a commercial, they literally just show the stadium. Like they just show the stadium. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can adjust this so I can actually see the TV. Yeah, whatever I tried, it didn't work too well. But either way, I'm not too worried about this game at all. It's the preseason. Preseason for a reason. How many of you guys went to FanFest though? It looked like it was fun. Looked like it was just fun for the fans' sake. You got Joe Judge giving some speeches on the sideline. CJ Board is the kick returner right now, so that shows you that there's a ton of guys that are ahead of Kadarius Toney at least, or he's just not going to return. But for now, CJ Board, at least I guess for the first quarter, will be the kick returner. He had a solid return last time, and he's taking the yards that they're giving him. He's one of those returners where he's just going to get right up the field. All right, you got Mike Glennon taking the field again. What's up, Taj? Mike Glennon back on the field. I never understood why people like how people could wear those pins. It looked like Judge poked a hole in his hat so he could stick that pin there. I would not be able to deal with a pin like sticking into the side of my head. We got Dante Pettis on the field now. I think this is going to be a handoff. Jason Garrett loves to hand the ball off on first down for like 1.5 yards. If now listen, if this, I'm not going to overreact until we get to the regular season, but I'm seeing some of the same types of play calls, the same types of tendencies that I saw last year with Jason Garrett. Now, I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to panic, but I am seeing some of the same things I saw last year. And it is the preseason. You don't have your personnel, but just saying, I don't know why they got Darius Slayton out here playing with these scrubs. Let's make something happen, man. Let's complete a pass. There's Dante Pettis for 5. Looks like that's going to come back, though. It looked like holding. CJ Mosley is, wow. They're saying that penalty might be on the defense. All right. So that gives you a first down. That's our first down of the Giants 2021 season, a penalty. Nasty Nick Gates and Hernandez were double teaming somebody. And I think 97 is the one that got under. I think that's Kyle Murphy or Kenny Wiggins. I couldn't tell who that was. That's what happens when everybody retires. It's kind of hard to figure out who is who. That might be Ted Larson. Can't tell. Cannot tell at all. They've been saying in camp that Devontae Booker has kind of been underwhelming. They've been saying that Corey Clement is someone that's been really making it happen, and I don't know. That's Kenny Wiggins. Okay, that's what I thought. Kenny Wiggins, 79. What's going on with the play? All right, we got a little motion here. There was a lot of motion in that first game against the Steelers, and then they kind of stopped it after that. Here we go. Getting the ball in Pettis' hands. This is going to be Kadarius Toney in week 1. Oh, that's CJ Board, actually. Okay. But this is going to be Kadarius Toney down the road on these little reverses. So a nice play action, flip. CJ Board actually turned the corner pretty well. I guess he's showing off that he's pretty good after the catch. Or, pretty good in the open field. But you got David Sills at the top of your screen. I think that's can't tell who that is. I think that's Slayton at the bottom. Devontae Booker completely missed the wide open hole right there. I don't know what that was, but it's like he saw the hole and he turned his back to it. I don't like that. There's Carter Coughlin on the sideline. Empty backfield. We got a 2nd and 8. So you know you're throwing it. Nobody to hand it off to. Think that's Booker in the slot. There we go. David Sills with his first preseason catch, 12 yards. You see Saquon and Sterling Shepard out there getting hype. Because Sills was here last year. He just didn't have a preseason. Then he got hurt. Then they wanted to bring him back. And he's been paying his dues. So now you got Sills in the slot, motioning across. And you see me looking, I'm literally looking around my computer screen so I can see. All right. Play action. Nice pocket. Oh, that is bad. That idiot dropped the interception. But it looked like that ball was going to go deep to Slayton. But somebody tipped it. That was Wiggins at right tackle, it looked like. What is going on right there on that double team? I mean, I guess Wiggins was at right tackle. I couldn't see. Joe Judge has these people moving around. Okay, Matt Parrish at right tackle here. Handoff. There we go. Get loose, Booker. That's the kind of running I like to see from Devontae Booker. Get up the field, find what's there right in front of you, and keep moving the ball. That's the kind of yards we need from him. They just zoomed in on the back of that dude's hair on the back of his neck. All right. Glennon on the 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can convert Dante Pettis into the slot. Nice pocket. And we got a drop across the middle of the field by Dante Pettis or CJ Board. That is a clean drop, if you ask me. Clean drop. That is a clean drop. Yeah, there's no way around that. He dropped that ball. It looks like they're going to go for it, though. I guess this is good for your offensive line. It's kind of mixed around, but your tackles are what you think are going to be your starters. Your center is your starter, and we are going against the Jet starters, but this is kind of alarming. There is a lot of pressure coming through. And it looks like they'll punt it. So they're at the 39. They could possibly kick a field goal right here, and it is the preseason, so why not kick a field goal and just see how your team reacts to being on a short field if you miss the field goal? But this is going to be a punt right here, I think. Yep. Dixon out there. But I guess you also need to practice your punt protection, your punt coverage down the field. So no issue with that. Let's see if Dixon can hang this one inside the 5. Whoever 83 is doing a great job. Who is that? I don't know who 83 is, but he just earned himself a nice look from the special teams coach. Matt Cole, yeah. Yeah, he beat that guy. They had single coverage on him. He was the gunner. They had single guys on him and got right down the field. That was a nice play. So this is Zach Wilson drive number 2. Zooming on the Giants sideline. Yeah, there's Matt Cole fighting for a roster spot. I mean, if you can make special teams plays, you could jump over some of these guys that are better overall wide receivers than you. I saw CJ Brunson is wearing number 35. Used to be locked down at number 45 or 40. He was at 40 something, I think 49. But I guess with the number change, he switched over to 35. Ellerson Smith is actually in full pads. I don't think he'll play, but he's dressed like he will play. But I guess at this point, I mean, since nobody for the Giants is pretty much playing, but guys who are really on the bubble, I'm guessing that the guy that I'm probably most excited to watch at this point is Zach Wilson, just to see how he plays. Because I mean, you got Sills out there, you got Ojulari out there. Other than that, I'm not really expecting much with Mike Glennon running the offense. You got Mike Glennon out there. The offensive line isn't doing the best job of protecting him. Devontae Booker would be our starting running back if Saquon isn't ready to go, but not really much to look for the Giants. Yeah, Game Pass just shows just the stadium and then the sideline, and then it's just a black screen. I swear they used to have like an NFL logo and like we'll be back soon, but now it's just a black screen. Checking on some other teams, it looks like Trevor Lawrence got he just threw his first 35-yard touchdown. So I guess Zach Wilson is feeling like it's his turn now. All right, Zach Wilson in the huddle. I see that this ESPN thing is a little bit ahead of me, but I'm just going to look at this and commentate what I see. I think Ojulari is back out there. Yeah, he's back out there, number 51. So Ty Johnson got himself about 10 yards on that run. Let's see what Saquon said. Yeah, I can't really hear what he's talking about. Anyway, Ojulari back on the field. I'm just waiting for him to make some kind of splash play, get a pressure, do something because he was so ferocious off the football, and it looks like he's playing pretty slow. Oh, that pressure came in through there. That blitz up the middle came right through. I don't know who that was, that blitzing inside linebacker, but they came through pretty quick. The guy that I'm watching is definitely Azeez Ojulari. I haven't seen him do anything, but I'm watching him every snap, especially on defense. The corners, I'm not necessarily worried about. I am paying attention to Rodarius Williams. Reggie Ragland is someone too that you think, and he just makes a play right on key, right on time of me saying that Reggie Ragland needs to be watched. And mind you, these are our second string defensive guys playing against their first string. So that's something that needs to be noted. This is pretty much, I mean, you got Austin Johnson in there, um, a bunch of guys that are going to be in the rotation, but they're not necessarily going to be starters. You mean which Kenny do you mean? Kenny Wiggins or Kenny Galladay? Because Galladay isn't going to play probably until week 1 of the regular season. He's still banged up. Yeah, Rodarius Williams is having himself a time with trying to cover these guys. Let's see who 88 is. I can't tell. Yeah, Galladay isn't going to play until at least week 1. Maybe week 3 of preseason, but I doubt it because he's got that hamstring, so he's not going to be back for a while. All right, so we got BJ Hill in there. I really would like to see them get some more pressure here, but Ojulari just made a nice play. Hope you guys saw that. He just shed off of that. He like Mekhi Becton is such a huge person, and Ojulari looks like he doesn't know how to attack that. But on that particular play, he got low, he got his arms out, almost bench pressed the guy who's like 400 pounds and made that nice run stop. So he made a nice play there. That's a nice play. That's his first tackle. They're congratulating him over there. It doesn't look like any of these other guys are going to play though. Edge rushers that are actually going to get time. I think probably Odenabo would have played in this game if he was healthy. I think Ellerson Smith would have played. I think Zimenez might have played if he were healthy, but these guys aren't healthy. So yeah, the thing is, our offensive line that's out there is pretty much our starters. The only difference is that Kenny Wiggins is in there instead of Shane Lemieux at the guard spot. They're moving a lot of guys around, but our two tackles have been in there, Andrew Thomas and Matt Parrott. I guess when you put your backups in there, there's going to be maybe Chad Slade, maybe let's see what we do here. Yeah, I'm thinking that the backup tackles are going to be Chad Slade and maybe Chad Slade, and I'm thinking Jackson Barton. I haven't seen Darnay Holmes out there. Lorenzo Carter is still, he has some kind of injury. I forgot exactly what it is, but he's been pretty much working his way back from an injury he had a couple of months ago. That's the end of the first quarter right there. This has been a snoozer. I mean, what a way to bring back. It doesn't have the same feel as regular preseason when your coach doesn't play your starters in the first preseason game because it's like at this point it's like watching a team that just puts Giants on their helmets go out there and play. So it's not really like like last year or 2 years ago where Eli going out there. Eli's out there. Saquon's out there. I don't think he played that last preseason, but your starters for the most part are out there on that first preseason drive. This time, no starters pretty much on offense. I mean, like fourth, fifth, sixth wide receivers out there starting. And then with the defense, Ojulari's out there. And then everybody else is. And I don't even know if Ojulari is solidified as a starter yet. But he was out there. And everything else, I mean, is up in the air. Not much people were out there that are actually starters. Only thing that's been out there is Matt Parrott and Andrew Thomas and Nick Gates. Matt Parrott gave up a sack to one of their guys, so that always sucks. But what can you do? Hopefully, Matt Parrott doesn't do it again. And that's what I'm saying. Like the strength of this team is our defense, and we did not have our defensive starters in there. We didn't have our starting defensive line in there, and we didn't have our starting secondary in there. So we can't really measure how good this team looks like off of first glance because their starters just aren't there. Yeah. I think Glennon would probably play better if he had Kenny Galladay and Sterling Shepard out there too. So who knows? Yeah, Aziz made a nice play a couple minutes ago, but other than that, Aziz has been pretty quiet. He's been pretty much getting swallowed up when he's lined up over Mekhi Becton because it doesn't seem like he knows how to attack his size, at least in the passing game. But I think he'll kind of warm up into it after a couple snaps. So what is this? We got 2nd and 9 here. Trent Harris out there. So yeah, Nico Lalos looked like he got some pressure. Is that that's Jamison Crowder. I was hoping to see Elijah Moore out there, but maybe he's hurt. What's going on, Tally? Thomas, I haven't paid too much attention to, I haven't seen him really give up any pressure though, so I haven't really seen anything, screaming from his side. But I haven't been able to really pay attention to just him. So we got Lalos out there, and we got Trent Harris. I think Aziz Ojulari's day might be finished at this point after he made that tackle. So now we're at like a third and fourth. Rodarius is kind of getting roasted. There's Darnay Holmes with a tackle right there. But Rodarius is kind of getting roasted in this short area. Oh yeah, Mekhi Becton is really good. That's one reason why you don't see Aziz getting through. I mean, he's a huge man that has some pretty good technique. It looks like there was holding there. Offensive pass interference. Now, Thomas, if you are in the New York, New Jersey area, maybe even if you're in Philly, maybe if you're in Connecticut, I don't know. You should be able to go onto the NFL app, and they probably will let you watch it for free. Now, if you're not in that area, then you're going to have to go and try to find it on some other site or some other way that you can find it. If not, then you would have to do pretty much what I'm doing. Oh, he's saying Yahoo Sports. Yeah, you pretty much have to do what I'm doing too, which is just Game Pass. That rush is coming through right there. It was pressure in Zach Wilson's face. He still delivered it. I don't know who that guy is that was stumbling forward like that, like he was just trying to. I think that was Tyler Croft. 26 total yards for the Giants, 94 for the Jets. All right, looks like they're gonna go for it on 4th and 1, and I see that ESPN has already spoiled it for me. So, boo ESPN, but apparently they got tackled for a 1 yard loss. I've been liking what I've been seeing from Trent Harris though. Yeah, Danny Shelton right there stuffed everything. I think he'll be good for us. He's just a big man that's not really gonna be. He's not gonna he's not gonna be had in the run game. I don't think. I think Michael Carter may be playing. I just don't think he has played. I'm pretty sure he's healthy, so I just don't think he's played yet. I'm pretty sure they have the injury report down at the bottom or something. Somewhere here. Can't tell. Anyway, I'm pretty sure you'll see Michael Carter at one point during this game. You said I need to get. I'm pretty sure he's probably streaming, or maybe he's not because it's preseason. But yeah, a lot of people are kind of doing their own thing right now. Oh, Elijah Moore got injured. Okay, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, I wanted to see him out there, but apparently he's hurt. I think I'm probably going to be more excited to see the scrimmages or the joint practices with the Browns next week, this upcoming week. I think I'll be a lot more excited for those than I am for this right now because this has been a snoozer so far. Haven't really seen anybody make plays. Yeah, I really haven't seen anything eventful. Haven't even seen anything eventful on the Jet side either. I mean, Zach Wilson, what has he completed? Like 4 passes or something. 6 passes for 63. So it's not bad, but I just really haven't seen much. I mean, guys have been wide open. Oh, that's it. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. Um, yeah, everything is always going to be on DJ and the O line this year. If they can't get it done, then we're not going anywhere offensive wise, unless our defense is literally like a historical kind of defense. All right, let's get back to this game. I forgot how boring preseason was. I mean, how do you start the year off with the fourth preseason game? I have no idea why our offense hasn't scored, man. I have no idea. There we go. Slayton with the ball. No, just go down, man. No point in fighting for extra yards. Yeah, I did see that I misspelled that. Let me fix that here. What's going on, Lucas? You said Michael Carter has 17 yards on 5 carries. He's gotten 5 carries? Why haven't I noticed that? This is what happens when you watch the game with the sound off. Um, oh, so he has played. Yeah, I haven't really noticed him. There goes Corey Clement. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what's happening for Corey Clement. He's been looking better in practice than Devontae Booker, and he's been playing better, which just shows you. I mean, we signed Devontae Booker, the first player. Look at Will Hernandez pulling, man. And look at Cole Hicatini with the follow up. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I love making videos every day, putting that out, just talking Giants football. But look at Cole Hicatini throwing a block. This kind of thing gets you noticed. The video I put out, I tried to put it out yesterday, but I ended up getting it out this morning. Look at this protection. Oh, look at Andrew Thomas throw this guy on the floor. All this time, he just had to throw it away. Yeah, no one was open, but Andrew Thomas locked that dude up, man. I know they're not going to call a penalty on Andrew Thomas. Okay, so Andrew Thomas did his job. I thought they were going to call a penalty on him. Illegal contact, though. Yeah, we paid Booker entirely too much. I don't think Kadarius is going to play today. I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. They've been working him back slower than a snail's pace, but I mean, I'll just trust them and just if he's not ready to go physically, then no point in injuring yourself for a preseason game. I don't know why they're throwing screens at David Sills. That's not his game at all. Not at all. He is a big body, downfield kind of red zone type of receiver. He is not a screen receiver. He's not wiggly at all. I mean, we have so many picks at the top of the draft. We have 2/3. I wouldn't mind giving up a third round pick for a starting offensive lineman, but I just don't think they see it. Corey Clement, look at Corey Clement doing his thing, man. That is a bad spot if they're saying that that's short of the first down. What are they saying right here? Corey Clement has been the bright spot of the Giants. It's like new life has been injected into the Giants team when Corey Clement gets on the field. I don't know. Here we go. That's what you do. Oh, he dropped it. But that's what you do with David Sills. You just go up. They look like pass interference, though, too. Sills did that to him, man. Sills did that to him. That was definitely pass interference. Yeah, that was a touchdown. That was pretty much a touchdown if there wasn't interference there. And then the dude is jumping up and down like you were holding on to his entire shoulder, his hands, like you were holding on to his whole body. So the Giants are probably going to get in the end zone here. Yeah, but do you really want guys who got cut from other teams to come and start on the offensive line? Now, there'll probably be depth pieces, but I think you got to just trade for a starter. trade for a guy who oh, that's one thing that's been wrong with Corey Clement is fumbling the football, and that will get you some bad points right there because he did a great job maneuvering. He did a great job maneuvering to get the yards he got, but you got to protect the football. I did not know that. Tyree Jackson got Tyree Jackson could throw the ball probably like 100 yards. I did not see he got converted to a tight end though. But he's a big dude. He can throw the ball far, but he never was really good. Oh boy. Yeah, Clement has got to hold on to the ball. Got to hold on to the ball. You said cut him. Yeah, I mean, we can't have guys out there fumbling the ball. That's one thing. Saquon has fumbled one time in his career, and we got it back. Wayne Gallman didn't fumble much. He fumbled, I think, once last year. So we haven't really had running backs lately who've been fumbling. So we cannot add that to the team. We cannot avoid any more turnovers, especially if Daniel Jones is going to still be fumbling at the rate that he was at the beginning of last year. So we can't have guys fumbling the ball. Said Tyree had 32. Yeah, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I remember Tyree Jackson just as someone who could just throw the ball like 80 yards, and that's pretty much it. That was his thing. That is a very good question, David. We have not been able to fix the offensive line. We have, I mean, I don't know. One thing I'll say is that the offensive line probably looks the best that it's looked in years, but that is not really saying much. Jerry Reese just couldn't draft offensive linemen, so the two guys that he took in the first round weren't really that good. Will Hernandez ended up being a bust for Gettleman as far as how good we thought he was. We thought that Hernandez would be like a Pro Bowler. He's pretty much just a good offensive lineman to below average. He's pretty much average, I guess. Andrew Thomas, we're hoping is going to be a very, very good offensive lineman. And the rest of these guys are third, fourth, fifth round picks, undrafted free agents on the line. So, I mean, what do you expect? But yeah, Corey Clement cannot. I mean, Corey Clement cannot be fumbling inside the 5 yard line. And that is going to be the reason why, even though he's offering some more plays, more yards than Devontae Booker, that Devontae Booker is probably going to keep his job over top of him because you cannot be fumbling the ball. So Zach Wilson's day is over. He didn't really do much. So now this is going to be a full-time snoozer. It's going to be just a full-on snoozer. They passed on Slater because for some reason they believe in this offensive line. One thing I will say is Andrew Thomas looked really good. He looked really good. Now, I could understand. I mean, the haul that they got to trade down, that probably contributed to why they wouldn't take Rashawn Slater, but he would have been a very good pick. But the trade that we got, I kind of would like. I kind of like that. So they got Michael Carter in there. Yeah, at this point, I mean, I expected you can't really say what team is going to do what at this point because nobody that is going to play this year is going to be playing in a couple minutes. They're going to be all backups, like all third string guys. And I'm probably going to start zoning out. So far, I'll say I'm kind of disappointed, and I didn't see much from Ojulari. Michael Carter just got pinned to the ground by Nico Lalos. But I just didn't see much from Ojulari besides that one play that he made in the past game, kind of got swallowed up. but again, he was going against a great offensive lineman. Um, Other than that, not much from him. David Sills got one target so far. I'm thinking David Sills will play this whole game though. Olsen, the edge rushers, they're not really looking too good because you got all your backups in here. So Ojulari, he didn't really get a pressure. But again, they didn't really have too many times where he got to actually go after the passer. He had one where he had a pretty nice bull rush, but other than that, not really much to write home about. I saw Trent Harris get a nice pressure. Oh, so that is Odenabo out there playing. Odenabo is out there, so he's somebody to watch because he's going to get a lot of snaps. Raymond Johnson is another guy. Now, I thought Raymond Johnson would play outside, but he's playing defensive end. He's getting pushed around too. I can't wait to watch this back. I'm not going to have access to the all 22 because for some reason the NFL Game Pass took away the all 22 and they just said we'll give it back to you when we give it back to you. But yeah. Didn't really do much. Kadarius is still not playing. I think Joe Judge is saving this dude because he's not letting him shine. I think we'll see Kadarius Tony next game. I think we'll see him a lot this upcoming week against the Browns. But they're working him back really, really slow, and he didn't even get injured. He just had COVID, so we don't know if he just had some severe case that's affecting the way he can breathe or something like that. But they're working him back extremely slow. Who's that? CJ Board again. I think we should see somebody else returning kicks soon. I'm sick of seeing CJ Board return. But I think for the most part, I think that our offensive line looked pretty solid. Now we'll probably get Shane Lemieux in there next week. Um, I'll say for the most part they look solid. Andrew Thomas looked really good. Didn't give up really any pressure at all. He had a play where he just threw somebody on the ground. So Andrew Thomas looked good. Um, Matt Parrott gave up that one sack, but other than that, I didn't really see much pressure. The pressure mostly was coming from Kenny Wiggins, so that was a concern. I think you had Wiggins out there at left guard and at right guard, so we'll see. I think if John Ross is healthy, he'll make the team. He already pulled up on a hamstring, so listen, I mean, he already had the hamstring, so if he can stay healthy and come back from that, he's one of our best receivers. Galladay, Shepard. After that, there's a cluster, and John Ross might be the best after that. So now we got Clayton Thorson in there, Jake Barton out there, or Jackson Barton, Kyle Murphy out there, Brett Hagee, and then Jake Burton. See, we have a Jake Burton and a Jackson Barton. Jess Sodium, I think you might have changed your name. But yeah, now we got pretty much all guys who probably are going to be on the practice squad or not make the team or not really play that are going to be out here. We actually saw. I mean, one thing I'll take away from the offensive line is we actually saw Will Hernandez pull successfully, and it wasn't in slow motion. So I guess the weight that he lost it helped him out. But Andrew Thomas looks like he's gonna be the truth. Ingram will not have 800 yards this year. Even if he catches everything, I just can't see him having more than 600 or 700 yards. They actually hand the balls off to Eli Penny, man. Oh boy, we're not gonna do that, man. I mean, there's always one that just pops in here with just pure degenerate. And I don't think I have any of my mods in here either. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I had to get that dude out of here. But yeah, but Andrew Thomas looked good. So we got Pettis out there. Looks like we're getting some nice protection from the backups. Clayton Thorson missed. He missed Dante Pettis down the sideline. He can't make that throw. Dante Pettis definitely was open, but the ball just wasn't put in the right area. So if you're the only one that wants to cut the team. I don't think the team is bad. I mean, we're just watching our backups. So let's see what we got. I hope that I never see Clayton Thorson play any games. I hope I never see this dude play any games for the Giants. And if this dude plays like this for the rest of this game, I might have to turn this off. I might really have to turn this off because he does not look like a good player. He does not look like a good player at all, and he's making terrible decisions. Like Clayton Thorson, man, he doesn't look like he has the arm talent or the sense to play quarterback well in the NFL. It's like when you had to watch Ben DiNucci play football for the Cowboys. You were excited that the Cowboys were like playing bad football, but it was just nasty to watch. And that's how Clayton Thorson looked. I think Julius Peppers has a chance to make the Pro Bowl this year. I think he had a Pro Bowl year last year. He just didn't make it. So if he has another year like last year, he probably will make the Pro Bowl. I think we probably didn't get him in there. Maybe he didn't have enough interceptions because the fans vote on that stuff. But I think he was definitely a Pro Bowl level player. And Logan Ryan was a Pro Bowl level player last year. Those are my opinions just from the film that I watched. But I think both of them were Pro Bowlers. They didn't make it, but as far as the level of play, definitely. That dude Thorson looks horrible. Yeah, I mean, Lucas, I just don't understand. Oh, this game is hard to watch. And like I said, I think I'm going to be more excited watching the scrimmages. I mean, watching the scrimmages and just the practices, the joint practices between the Giants and the Browns than I am watching this game because this is not good football. Yeah, I would rather see Kadarius Toney in at quarterback. I rather would see him at quarterback than this dude Thorson. I mean, do we have anybody else that we could throw in there? Because what is it, the second quarter? And Thorson is going to get the entire third and fourth quarter? That's disrespectful to football. This is like I'm not going to be able to watch an entire half of Thorson. I'm not. I refuse to do it. And I really think that if they're going to hold three quarterbacks, then they need to bring somebody else in here by next week because I don't think they should make fans have to watch this dude for 3 games. Well, Leonard Williams is always going to be unblockable. There's nobody that can block Leonard Williams. He's always been unblockable. He just hasn't gotten the stats to go along with it. But that dude has always been a beast. Yeah, I do not care about the summer league of the NBA. Oh boy, did they throw a flag on that? Oh boy, that is a clean hit. I do not have time for this, man. That's a clean hit. That is a clean hit. How else are you supposed to hit guys? Thank you. I'm like, that is a clean hit, man. There's no point in throwing the flag. Like that was a clean hit. That dude's not going to make the roster, but I guess the referees are in preseason form. Well, the referees throw those flags during the regular season, so whole lot of nothing going on. All right. We got Odenabo this time at outside linebacker. See if we can get some pressure here. Nope. Taking the shot. Yeah, this Jets backup quarterback, even though they didn't connect on that deep throw, looks a lot better than Clayton Thorson. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Justin Fields looked good. He definitely looked good. But I thought that Justin Fields was the second best quarterback in this draft already. So I don't know how he fell from that second best quarterback to being like the fourth or fifth best. It didn't make any sense at all because everything that you could say about Zach Wilson and what was it, Trey Lance, everything that you could say about those dudes, Justin Fields already could do. So I didn't understand why he dropped. Like he can run around, he can throw off schedule. So why did he drop? I just didn't get that. He had the arm. There's nothing that he's missing. I don't think the Giant. I mean, maybe they could have got more, but I think that they got what they were supposed to from that trade. It was a good value. Mr. Finesse said, "I know how you feel." Yeah, yeah, but Trey Lance was up there too, Finesse. So I didn't know. I just didn't get it. All right, is that CJ Board back there again? It looks like they just got CJ Board back here his whole game. He's getting all the reps. I thought that they would rotate somebody else back there. I really thought they rotate somebody else by now, but let's look at the depth chart to see who they have returning because I know Peppers was on there. I know Peppers was on there. Tony was on there. I think we had a corner that was on there. Let's see what we got. Ross was on there. Adoree Jackson. Pettis was on there. So I guess the only other returner you're going to see is Dante Pettis. So I'm guessing Dante Pettis will get the returns the second half. Probably just going to be Borden Pettis because everybody else that's a returner is pretty much a starter. Adoree Jackson, Peppers, Ross, Kadarius Toney. So all four of those dudes are out. But this backup offensive line is definitely playing they're playing well against this Jets backup defensive line. You talking about Michael Carter? He's gotten a couple of carries. He hasn't really stood out to me. But it's early. I mean, if they just put more like time into the preseason, it will be so much more entertaining. Like into the production of it. It just seems like so low budget, like they just don't care about it. Yeah, Tua looked decent. I think he had a long touchdown. I wonder if we'll see any big plays. I don't know. I don't know if we'll see any big plays in this game. It doesn't look like they're going to take those shots. And we don't really have that many good players in the game. Besides Pettis, Sills. Not really any home run hitters. I would think John Ross will probably be playing right now. But he's injured. You said I'm not. I'm definitely watching this game. We gave. I don't like Clayton Thorson, man. First off, if you're not paying attention, he has pretty much the same build as DJ, and he's wearing his number from college. So I just don't like how it looks because he looks too much like DJ, and he's playing like a bum. Like he's playing horribly. He looks way too much like I just don't like it. Yeah, it looks like a high school football production, definitely. And the announcers aren't really into it either. And there's the false start by Chad Slade. Yeah, Ross looked really good before he got hurt, but that's the thing. He can never stay healthy. He can never not be hurt. But other than that false start, the backup offensive line has looked pretty decent. Now they're playing against Jets backups, but other than that, they look decent. Corey Clement trying to make up for he's getting yards though, man. He's really looking good other than that fumble. But the offensive line is playing pretty good. Chase Anderson? You mean Chase Young? I think you mean Chase Young. I don't think he'll have more than 14 sacks. I think there's just too many guys there, but he'll have a good season. I just don't think there's any way with those defensive tackles that can rush the passer that Chase Young will have more than 14 sacks because I think Ioannidis will have at least 6 or 7. I think Montez Sweat will have at least 7 or 8, if not 9 or 10. So I just can't see Chase Young. I just can't see him getting 14 plus sacks. If he does, then I mean the rest of that line. I mean they probably have a ton of sacks. Now maybe he can do it in 17 games, But in 16 games, I don't see it. But maybe in 17, he gets close to that. But I see him having like 10 to 12 sacks. But he's gonna have that kind of effect as someone who's gonna get 14 sacks, definitely. Because that dude is a terror. Yeah, Tony isn't gonna play. He's not gonna play at all today. Yeah, I mean Washington, they don't really. I mean, do they concern me? I'm not sure yet. I gotta see. I gotta see how they play and when the regular season starts. He's working his way back from the illness. That's what they're saying. That they're slowly working him back, getting his conditioning right so he doesn't go full tilt and get hurt. But shout out to Brendan for the 9.99. Appreciate that, man. No message, but see you just see you just showing some support. That's a hilarious message right there. But yeah, Tony isn't gonna play until next week, probably. Hopefully we'll see him in the scrimmages. The Eagles starting offensive line played very well. Yeah, the Eagles have a top 5 starting offensive line. It's just about if they can stay healthy. But if they're healthy, their offensive line is one of the best lines in the league. They like there's no it's no really debate about that. They're starting 5. If they can stay healthy, they're one of the best in the league. And appreciate that again, Brendan. The Giants line looked decent. Matt Parrott gave up a sack, but other than that, Andrew Thomas was throwing guys around. Hernandez threw a couple of good blocks. Nick Gates, don't really remember anything that happened with him, so that's good. Um, Wiggins looked bad, but he's not projected to be a starter. And other than that, we look pretty decent. Yeah, 17 is going to get the rest of this game. And he shouldn't be able to wear even DJ's college number because he looks so much like him. Is that another false start or a timeout? Okay, that's a timeout there. It looks like Thorson is going to get the rest of this game. What do you got? 2 minutes left in the second. I would have rather Glennon gotten this first half, or just some. I mean, it doesn't look good at all. Yeah, Kenny Wiggins, he's the vet. Like he's the guy that has a bunch of starts, but he does not look good. Um, I don't know. I don't think he should be out there when we really play football because Wiggins looks horrible from what I saw earlier today at left guard and at right guard. Parrott gave up that one big play. Other than that, nothing much. Yeah, John Ross had the hamstring, so he's probably not going to be healthy until at least the third week, or healthy until that is a bad ball. But Sills caught it. That was a bad ball, but Sills is turning up. Sills is feeling himself after that. He like finally I got a ball. I think Sills is the I'm not gonna say he's Victor Cruz, but he's in that Cruz role definitely because he's a lot better than what his undrafted tag says. And with John Ross on the bench, that might be a shot for David Sills to do something. I know it. Oh boy, that didn't look good. Thorson, he's not good. You said the Eagles concern you more. The Eagles matched up against this concerns me more. But I think Washington is a better team. And there it looks like Kyle Murphy's injured. This is not good, man. We don't have the depth for these guys to be going out here getting injured. I think they put Kenny Wiggins back in there. We don't have the depth for guys to be injured. Well, yeah, you're screwed if. Oh my god, that is bad. Kenny Wiggins can't deal with their backup defensive lineman. As soon as I start talking about Wiggins being out there, he gets bull rust right into the quarterback. Wiggins is awful, man. I really hope this dude isn't on the team. And with Kyle Murphy injured, man, this is not good because we don't have any depth. Appreciate that, Twine. The thing is, man, Kyle Murphy is a backup and he just got hurt. So Wiggins is just really bad. Wiggins, who is he throwing that to? Listen, you might not see me in the second half. You might not see me in the second half of this game. I might head over to the Hubs channel or he might head over here or something because I don't know if I'm going to be able to really call this game because this dude sucks. He really is not good. Thorson is not good. Yeah, this is a horribly boring game, man. I don't even know how to make this entertaining. I don't even like I just this is really a snoozer and Joe Judge is like I understand he's trying to give these dudes a shot, but none of these I mean, I guess the backup offensive line looks good, but these guys would have played in game one either way. Like you're always you said for the fan. Listen, I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going if you're watching through me. But this does not look good, man. Clayton Thorson is one of probably the worst quarterbacks I've seen in the last couple years. If for some reason Thorson stays on this roster and for some weird reason ever ended up on the field, we are completely out of luck. Rodarius Williams was someone I was excited to see out there, but he's been pretty much getting carved up. And that just goes to show you for all you people that wanted to kind of like laugh off Isaac Yadam, see how good Isaac Yadam is compared to a guy like Rodarius Williams. Now, everybody has been saying to sign Austin Ryder. I put out a couple of videos saying we need to sign Austin Ryder. Now, Art Stapleton is saying that we brought in Austin Ryder and worked him out, and apparently we weren't impressed because we didn't sign him, or maybe he doesn't fit in with this culture. Who knows? But it doesn't seem like we're going to sign Austin Ryder. But I hope we sign somebody. We need some depth in the interior, and I think we need one more tackle. I'm not saying that Rodarius Williams is bad. This is his first year, but I'm just saying a lot of people were just saying like Isaac Yadam is some like bottom of the league kind of corner. But I think he's a decent player. But I like Rodarius Williams. I think he'll get better. Yeah, yeah, Twan. I live in DC and I know how it is living outside of the New York area, being a fan. You don't get all the games on TV. Well, actually, where I am, I get most of the Giants games on TV. If Washington isn't playing, they're definitely showing the Giants game. When I don't get that, luckily I've been subscribed to that Game Pass. Well, Game Pass and DirecTV. What is it? Sunday Ticket. Yeah, I could not live without Sunday Ticket to catch these games because nobody likes having to listen to the radio broadcast instead of seeing the game. What's going on, Kobe? Twan, I wouldn't invest in Game Pass because that is a year subscription, and the only live games you see with Game Pass is only live games you see with Game Pass are the preseason ones. But I would definitely look into getting DirecTV Sunday Ticket. You don't have to have the DirecTV membership. You don't actually have to be a DirecTV customer to get it. You can just get it pretty much on demand on their site. And I got a special rate because I was a student when I signed up. I still am, but yeah, I mean, I got a discounted rate, but it's not too expensive, and I think it's worth it. I think it's about $24 a month to get all of the games live. Every single game that's played, you get live on Sunday Ticket, including Red Zone, where they show every team that's in the red zone. I became a Giants fan. I just literally was watching. I think it was a Giants Broncos game. Um, I ended up seeing a game as a kid, and I just pretty much just stuck with the Giants ever since then. Yeah, the only team that I'm a fan of that is actually in DC that's my hometown team is yeah, Darren. You could go this Darren way too and just go through the fire, go through the fire stick. A lot of people go through that. Um, yeah, I mean that's an option. But yeah, the only team I'm a fan of is the Nats, the Nationals. It's around here, and they just traded away everybody. But JoJo Gray is doing his thing right now. There's no way that we should not have drafted a guy in like the fourth or fifth or sixth round at offensive guard that I know they will be better than what Kenny Wiggins looks like. Yep. I live in DC. Yeah, Tom, there's no point in watching this, man. This is a snoozer. I wanted Ben Cleveland. I wanted him in the third round. We took Aaron Robinson. It was a good value pick, but I felt like Ben Cleveland was also a good value pick, and it also met a need. I think that Ben Cleveland is a beast, man, and I really wish he was on this team. But I guess I'll have to settle for Aaron Robinson because he is a good player. But I really would have liked Ben Cleveland on this team, man. That dude is a road grader. He lays people out. I think he's injured right now. I can't remember. But that dude is everything that you want in an offensive lineman. But I think they were so focused on we don't want to replace Shane Lemieux and we don't want to replace Will Hernandez that we're just not going to take him. Yeah, and Aaron Robinson hasn't played yet, but from what I've seen of him in college, he looks like a good player. Oh, I would have taken Tevin Jenkins with our first round pick. I think the Bears got him what in I can't remember where the Bears took Tevin Jenkins, but I would have taken Tevin Jenkins in the first round. Frank, I wouldn't overreact. I wouldn't overreact because we've been playing all backups, but some of our backups have been definitely trash. Like Kenny Wiggins, he's really been a problem. Clayton Thorson, of course, won't make the team, but he's been an issue. Um, Other than that, our starting offensive line looked good. Besides Kenny Wiggins, but he's not going to be starting. But our actual starters look pretty good. Matt Parrott gave up that 1 sack, but other than that, we also have to remember the Jets don't really have that good of a defensive line. But I think Andrew Thomas did play against Carl Lawson, and he pretty much shut him down. Andrew Thomas is throwing guys around, so that makes me feel the best. Thomas looked good. Hernandez looked good. I mean, that's what you want. Nick Gates looked good. I don't think anybody will give up a first round pick for Saquon Barkley coming off of an ACL. What's good? You said Hub Squad popping over. Yeah, I talked to Kush earlier. He said he might come over. I think I'll shoot him the link. Give me a second, people. I gotta set this up. All right. So we got Cushing here. What's going on, man?
Yo, what up, man? Do not judge me based off of my giant 2-liter bottle of Orange Crush.
Hey, no judgment here.
I did not drink this in one setting, guys.
I don't know. Listen, I don't know how you can do that and stream, because whenever I have any kind of sugar, it like absolutely destroys my vocal cords.
Really?
When I try to stream it and like have anything that's sweet, that's I can't like eat anything sweet right before I stream. That always messes it up.
Well, to be honest with you, this is the first time I think I'm drinking something sweet on stream.
Yeah.
So maybe
Yeah,
that will
like
happen to me.
I do not know how Fisk eats a whole container of ice cream and then streams for like 3 hours. I
He ate a
couldn't do that.
container. What?
That was like his ritual. At least last year, he would eat like a pint of ice cream.
Bro, a whole
I don't
container?
know if it was
What
a
in the
pint.
world is
I
this
don't know how
man's
big a
diet?
pint is now.
Yo, Fisk's
It was
diet
like
is
this,
Chinese
you know,
food,
like
fried food, mac and cheese, and ice cream. How is he
that
alive?
dude eats all junk food, man. But like, like something that's like this size, like
Yeah.
that size ice cream. He ate like a Rocky Road, or I forgot what flavor, before he streamed. But I just couldn't do that. Like my entire vocal cords would be
Yeah, I could
messed
never
up.
do ice cream, bro. Never that before I stream.
He said he's a G. That's why. Listen, yeah,
What
he
up,
got some
David?
different. He's built different.
He actually is. But yeah.
He's
Nah,
built different.
so I just came over from streaming the first half. I'll let people know. I hope some of the people from over there pop on
Yeah,
here.
some people
What you
popped
think
over.
what you think about the first half?
Oh man, listen. First of all, this was one of the most boring first halves of Giants football, like after waiting months, that I've
But
ever seen. Because
it is preseason.
this is the first time that we've started off a preseason game without pretty much most of our starters that we've been wanting to see. So it's pretty much been boring. We did see Aziz, but
He
he
had a
had
nice
one
run
play where
stuff.
he had a nice yeah, he had one play where he like shed off of Mekhi Becton and made a run stop, which was a really nice play. But other than that, he seemed like he didn't know how to attack someone that was that big. Like he kind of like tried to get into his chest. And Mekhi Becton is one of those dudes that's like so strong that even if you get into his chest, he's just gonna just basically
He
hold you
needed to
right
do
there.
what he did on that one run play, which is figure out a way to block shed sooner.
Exactly.
Or like we've all been saying, like when we drafted him, if he adds some type of power move to his arsenal other than that one, chop and swipe, like that's a good step forward as well. But it's still, it's still preseason. Like, and people in my chat were getting tired of me saying this. It's still preseason.
Yeah.
It's still a couple of snaps. Like, I say with the offensive line as well, because the offensive line was terrible the first drive they were out there. Parrott and Thomas got beat on that one play. I think that Glennon was sacked. But they got better as it went on, especially in the run game.
I
Pass game
definitely
still leaves a
saw
lot to be
Andrew
desired.
Thomas on
Yeah.
multiple occasions, like throwing guys on the ground.
Yeah, exactly, right? It's like they improved as they went on. There were good plays, like C-Bands is saying it. This man Thomas did his it's his patented move, bro. It's his signature move. The bear swipe throwing somebody to the ground. He did it a couple times, bro.
I was gonna say back then, Matt Parrott gave up that one sack. Other than that, I didn't really see anything he gave up. The only dude that looked bad out of the guys we put out there first is Kenny Wiggins. He looks like a
Who shouldn't be there,
liability.
right? So,
but he looks like a liability because we had Kyle Murphy in there with the second unit, and Kyle Murphy was doing a great job. The second Kyle Murphy goes to the sideline because he's injured, and Kenny Wiggins comes in, Kenny Wiggins gets bull rushed into Clayton Thorson's lap. So that dude looks like a complete liability.
well, how much
even
better
though
do
he's
you
supposed to
think
be a
Shane
vet.
Lemieux is than Kenny Wiggins?
I think he's a lot better.
So then I don't think it should be a worry then.
That's my point.
Okay then.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm just saying. I just hope that Kenny Wiggins doesn't find his way on the field.
Cut Clement. Clement was the only good running back. I know he had the fumble,
Yeah,
but he was the only good running back.
But like the Bill Parcells tree, they do not like running backs that fumble, and that'll get you cut over somebody else that's not as good as you, just because
Tiki
they'll be able to have
at one point.
Yeah, but Tiki was a generational type of player.
You're not wrong.
If you're the third running back or even the backup, and you can't hold, like if he fumbles a couple more times this preseason, yeah, he might have some issues.
I definitely agree with that. If he continues to fumble, then yeah,
because he had fumbling issues in Philly. So
why can't we get running backs that can hold on to the ball, bro?
At least as backup. At least as backups. Lucky, yeah. Like Saquon has fumbled one time in his career, but he got the ball back. So that's one thing that's really underrated about Saquon is that he does not fumble.
Yeah. For backup running backs, though, it seems like we can get people that can hold on to it. Like Wayne Gallman had a fumble issue as well, throughout his entire career.
Yeah, I wouldn't. But last year, for the most part, he held on to the ball. He had one game where he fumbled, but other than that, I think he pretty much held on to the ball. What's going on, Big Task? I haven't seen you. I probably saw you about a couple months ago, probably around the draft time.
I was saying in my last stream, they need to bring, because Joe Judge is bringing Giants legends, and bring Tom Coughlin in, bro, and he'll fix that fumble pro issue.
I think Tom Coughlin is checked out at this point. I think Tom, when he went to Jacksonville, I'm as a Giants fan, I'm always going to defend him against the Jags because, first of all, he's the reason that the Jags have been relevant both times that they've been relevant.
Mm-hmm.
But there was reports that said that, Jalen Ramsey, some of the Jags players said that they wanted to just go and get second opinions, and he was like, "If you go and get a second opinion on your injury, I'm going to fine you." I think at that point you've checked out.
Yeah,
he's getting old.
Because another thing as well, Giants fans never like when I say this, is that he was always undermining the head coach as well. And in the locker room, it's like the head coach is supposed to be the guy the players listen to no matter what. So if you're always undercutting him and undermine him, that's not a good look at as well.
Yeah.
Now he
You
might
said
have been
bring back
right in what he
Coughlin,
was undercutting him, but it doesn't change the
Coughlin,
fact that he was
Eli, and
undercutting him.
Corsi.
What?
Oh, we got King Tone in here. I haven't
What up,
seen
King
King
Tone?
Tone in a while. We're going to get a lot of people back that we haven't seen since the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I would love to. I felt like first off, if they would have given Coughlin the team that they gave McAdoo, I feel like we would have gotten more out of those free agents. Because what happened is those free agents, we just lost the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like Coughlin, maybe he was at that point in his career where he just didn't have control of the locker room, but I feel like he could have done a lot better than McAdoo. Because wasn't it Spagnola? Spagnola was the D coordinator at that point with McAdoo.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So yes, it was pretty much just Spags who got the best out of that defensive unit. And then the next year, the offensive unit just stayed bad those next 2 years after McAdoo got promoted. So I
Mm-hmm.
think if they would have kept everything exactly the same and we brought in that defensive talent, because like let's be real, and what 2015, Eli Manning threw 30
Well, no,
something
we have
touchdowns.
to fix the offensive line in the 2017 offseason. That was the big problem as well.
At that point, it was too far gone. But the thing is, in 2015, even with a horrible offensive line, Eli Manning threw 34 touchdowns or 30 something touchdowns. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any offensive issues, and McAdoo was calling great plays. The problem happened is that we needed to fix the defense because they were historically bad. And then we put all of those resources into fixing the defense. And then all of a sudden, at that point, you don't have an offense anymore because your offensive coordinator can't call plays and be the head coach at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that if McAdoo would have stayed as the offensive coordinator, I just feel like we would have been a much better team. That was a great play by Carter Coughlin.
Bro, it's not that hard to say his name, Carl Bent. Is that Carter Coughlin in there finally?
Yeah, No, he's been in there pretty often. He's just been like rotating in and out. I didn't think that we would see Odenabo, but he's been playing a lot and he hasn't been doing anything.
Well, they took out the homie Aziz, and then it's basically
It's
Fidi
Trent
came in.
Harris and
Is that a pick? That's a pick.
let's see.
Let's go. Pick 6.
Is it a pick? Oh
there's a
wow.
flag.
I just saw that. That's hilarious.
I think they're saying pass interference or something. That would be
That
ridiculous.
probably is pass interference. That just didn't look right. I don't even know who this dude is. Remember, I
Montre
told
Harper.
you once. Oh, okay, I know who he is. Then I was gonna say I told you earlier. Once I start seeing dudes that I don't even know who they are, I
Yeah.
literally like watched it and study this team. At that point, like, there's no point in watching the game.
But yeah, oh yeah, another thing from the first half, David Sills out here making a name for himself.
David
showing
Sills,
people what he got.
He had that one play, I guess that would have been like a 30-something yard touchdown. And then the other play, I guess it was another 30-yard catch or 20-something.
Mm-hmm.
Odenabo has been much quieter than I thought he would be, right? Like going against backups. And then he just gets that pressure right there. He got a quarterback hit.
Yeah. I'll say this, though. When it was our second team defense, this is basically our third team defense now.
Yeah.
When it was our second team defense going up against the starting offense of the Jets, I was impressed. Our B team was basically playing and holding them till they held them to 3 points. I was really impressed with that. And we were getting
I
good
knew
pressure.
that would happen. I mean, Zach Wilson, I didn't expect him to. That dude, Zach Wilson, he's not better than Justin Fields. I'm just like, he's not. Like, remember we were doing the draft thing? Like, I don't understand how all of a sudden Justin Fields, when it came to draft time, he just sunk down all those boards and Zach Wilson.
At one point, Justin Fields was even ahead of Trevor.
Those people were just wrong, but that's how highly thought of he was.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, Zach Wilson's highlight tape comes out after the season, and everything just changed. And then Trey Lance, I don't
What do you
get it.
think about Trey Lance? Because he's going to be starting at some point for San Fran this year.
He definitely will. But I just don't see. I don't see anything that Trey Lance can do. And they're like Trey Lance and um, Zach Wilson are really talented, but I just don't see everything that they do that
Hey, Devontae
Justin Fields
Downs
can't
makes a
do.
play,
I don't
and
like
Carter
Devontae
Coughlin.
Downs.
So Carter Coughlin, they put him back at outside linebacker, and he got a strip fumble, and then Devontae Downs almost got the recovery.
Yeah, Carter Coughlin is one of my favorite players on the team. I might get a Carter Coughlin jersey
Bro,
because
he might not be on the team next year, bro.
I listen, at this point I don't care. I just think Carter Coughlin is a really good player because he can play. He's literally the great value Michael Parsons. I've been saying it. He can play outside, he can play in. He's so good as a blitzing linebacker.
Oh, I'm sure you heard that. Give me a second.
Yeah. Like Carter Coughlin is one of those versatile players that I think you just keep on your team for a while. And I think if he gets some time, he'll have some upside. CJ Board is doing decent returning these punts and kicks though. All right, we got the offense back out there with Clayton Thorson. Some of these third string quarterbacks, I just don't understand how they made it to the NFL. So Trey Lance apparently just threw a 80-yard touchdown. Let's see this throw. I'm looking down on Twitter. Just as we were mentioning him, I just see his name pop up on my phone. Let's see. I'm waiting for this thing to replay so I can actually see the play.
And I'm back. Did anything happen?
Nothing really happened. CJ Board returned a punt like 18 yards, so that was pretty decent. Yeah, Trey Lance threw like an 80-yard touchdown. It was a good throw.
80 yards. Wait, was it like yak 80 yards? Was it like a little bit of both where he had some good
Well, he
air
threw
and
the
then
ball
some yak?
he threw the ball like 45 yards, 40 yards maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't
you were talking about comparing, I think right before I left, Trey, Justin, and Zach.
Yeah, I'm just saying like Trey Lance, maybe he has a stronger arm, but I just don't think that there's anything that Trey Lance can do that Justin Fields can't do. I just don't see that. And like they're both fast. They both have like downfield fast speed. They both can throw off platform. They both can throw off schedule at a high level. But Justin Fields has shown that he could do it at a higher level because he's done it against better teams. So I just don't understand what Trey Lance has that Justin Fields doesn't have. Besides maybe his arm is a little bit stronger.
And then I can't remember, was Trey taken above Justin?
Yeah, Justin Fields lasted all the way to our pick.
To 11, right? And then Trey was taken. What pick was he taken? 4, right?
Yeah.
It was Trevor, Zach.
Trey Lance, I think, got picked at 6, maybe. No. I forgot now.
Yeah,
because
I don't know
remember the Eagles traded their pick away
to
the Dolphins, and then the Dolphins traded their pick away to the 49ers, I thought.
3rd, yeah. So it was 3 in a row, and then Justin didn't go until 11.
So did the Eagles have the 3rd pick at the start? I thought they were picking 6 at the start. I'm probably getting them confused with another team. But okay. Either way, Zach Wilson and Trey Lance had no business getting taken over Justin Fields because not only does he have all the physical tools that they have, he's also more polished. So I didn't get that. There's Rising John.
He's wearing 44.
Rising John, yeah. That is the legendary Giants troll, Charlie. From Big Blue Kickoff Live. He calls into there pretty much every day and trolls them with just like awful take after awful take. And he's the biggest Rising John fan. He's been saying that we need to re-sign Will Beatty for like the last 7 years. Like after Will Beatty had eye surgery. Why are they doing this to Alfred Morris? I don't want to see Alfred
Alfred
Morris have
Morris
to
should
play
not
with
be
these.
in here
Like this,
in the preseason, man.
like I guess he's probably not going to make the roster unless Saquon is inactive week 1.
I just realized Rising John even looks a little bit like Evan Ingram.
They're both the same guy, except he
Yeah, they're the
probably can
same
catch
like
better
type
than
of
him.
tight end to me.
But except Rising John is 6'7", so everybody was excited to see Kyle Pitts, but he didn't play today. They were like hyping him up, but he just didn't play. So I've been sick though. Like I didn't get to see Kyle Pitts. I didn't get to see Devontae Smith.
Sack.
Who gave that up? And they didn't block him. That was probably Alfred Morris's fault.
I'm getting the replay right now. Yeah, that's on Alfred Morris. That was supposed to be Alfred Morris's chip
You
block.
cannot be a veteran and miss that kind of block. But also, like the quarterback has got to. That's like one of those Daniel Jones plays where like you have to know also that he's coming and like be aware of it. But Clayton Thorson, like, doesn't he look exactly like that? He has the same body type as Daniel Jones, and he's
before the second half
number.
began. Back in the first half stream that I was doing, exactly. The entire chat was saying Clayton Thorson is a clone of Daniel Jones. And I was like, are they talking play style or something?
Standing right beside Daniel Jones, and you're like, okay, that's Daniel Jones with his helmet off. So why is Daniel Jones standing beside him with his helmet on?
Wearing number 17.
Like wearing his college number. Yeah, Devontae Smith is injured, but I still wanted to see him. But I doubt he's going to play soon. And Elijah Moore is injured, so I didn't get to see him either today.
Glock Roach, you might not be wrong, bro. Judge is trying to make Morris retire.
I'm sorry. It's going to be hilarious because just the way training camp goes, there's a very low chance that no more players are going to retire the rest of this training camp. Just the way that camp goes. And it's going to be hilarious every time it happens.
What do you think about what King Tone just said?
Listen, I started off as one of the only people who were saying that the Giants should take Kyle Pitts if he was there at our pick. And I still stand beside that because I feel like he is a serious weapon. And I was saying that I thought that he could be moved around and he would be a dynamic tight end. But I think literally after seeing him, it looks like maybe he lost weight or maybe he just moves better. But after seeing him in like the Falcons training camp and watching him run routes that I didn't see him get to run at Florida.
Do you think they're trying to shift him to receiver?
He might.
Like, is he still big enough to be a tight end? Because you say he's cut down.
Definitely. Okay. But the thing is, he's running because, like I said, that he was still a tight end because you would see him run routes in a shifty way as a tight end, but it would be like, yeah, he's shifty before a tight end. But now watching him run these routes and like, I don't know what he did, but he's moving a lot faster and he's cutting quicker. So he looks like he could play wide receiver completely. And the dude is 6'6". So I don't know. I think he could play wide receiver full time, but I think they'll still move him around.
So what's your response to King Tone then? They did get a wide receiver?
Yeah, I think they got a receiver pretty much. I don't think I'm still going to hold out before I start calling him the next Calvin Johnson and the replacement for Julio Jones. But I think he's going to
aren't people calling DK the next Calvin Johnson? Isn't that the narrative?
Yeah, but he doesn't play like Calvin Johnson. Like he's not the same receiver. Like he's big and he's fast. Other than that, I mean, Benny, I'm just going to tell you the same thing I told everybody else. The offensive line as the starters, they look pretty solid. The offensive line after that, they're backups for a reason. So I'm not really worried about it. But we do need depth in the interior of the offensive line.
I'm telling you, we're going to get depth, or I should say we should get depth when these 90-man rosters get made because players are going to get cut. So there's going to be linemen somewhere.
They can at least be a backup, but I still think we should trade some for a starter.
I still think we should trade Evan Ingram to a team for a guard.
I wouldn't be mad at that, but I'm kind of still one of those people that are holding out hope for Evan Ingram. But
no, the thing is, Evan is going to be better this year. I think we all agree on this. He's going to be better this year. like just
Yeah.
by a couple of things. One, there's no way you're worse than what he was last year. And two, he's not going to be the number one target, so there's not that mental pressure. So he's going to be better this year. But then two, it's like he's one of the only people that I could see that has legitimate value and that I'm also very willing to give up.
Look at 94. I forgot. We just signed him, but he's basically a clone of Danny Shelton. And he's running the field. Dude actually ran 20 yards downfield.
He's trying to make the team, bro.
Another 345 pounder.
As you say that, there's a very large individual above the Phil Simmons.
I just saw that. He might get that call to play guard.
Maybe, bro.
He's built like Deontay Brown from Alabama. I forgot where he went.
Good question. 94 is David Moa from Boise State.
He's the guy that we signed as the he's moving fast though for someone that's that big.
I'll say this, Brats, is this time it's not like we ignored the O-line because we drafted like 3 offensive linemen last year.
I'm just not going to let people get away with that. Drafting someone in the 5th round is not that's
not ignoring the O-line though. That is addressing the O-line.
I just don't. That's addressing like the.
It's addressing it. It doesn't mean that they addressed it correctly, but ignoring it would be the wrong term to use.
Yeah, I don't think we've ignored it because, like, even if you go back to Reese, we didn't ignore it. We just made the bad. We just made the wrong picks.
I would even argue that. I agree with that a lot. It's like we did not ignore the line. We drafted linemen, I think, 3 straight years on the Jerry Reese. It's just that they were terrible linemen that they drafted.
Yeah. But I mean, I was so sure we can't really be mad at Gettleman for not being right for Will Hernandez. Because, like, if you were to ask us,
we'll look good his rookie year. You know what I'm saying?
He looked good, and we all thought he would take the next step, but he just never did it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, like, if you were to ask us back then, like, Will Hernandez, like, how many Pro Bowls do you think he makes by the time his rookie contract is over? We'd be like, okay, at least like 1 or 2. But he just never took that next step. So, can you really blame Gettleman?
Look at Patrick Graham, bro, on the weight loss program.
Yeah, Pat Graham is going to be like my size by next year.
Mm-hmm.
He said the Jets are about to score. I don't care if the Jets score. I wouldn't mind if the Jets score because something exciting would finally happen.
I also just saw Patrick Graham has a Cuban link on him.
Yeah, he always has that. I
never saw that before.
Well, I don't know if he always has it, but I've seen it at least one time before. I don't know.
Oh, look at that. Fumble.
I haven't seen that yet. Oh, wow. That is bad.
That man, did he trip or something? He ran into an invisible wall or something.
First off, that Jets quarterback is an idiot. I understand that, like, he's like, I still have to hand the ball off. But at that point, you see the dude on the ground. Why are you handing it to someone on the ground? At that point, just take it and run with it. Why would you hand the ball to someone that's laying on the ground?
2nd and 17. Who was just saying they're about to score?
That was King Tone. I just don't understand why you would hand the ball to someone that's on the ground. That's why he's a 3rd-string quarter or a backup, actually. That's bad.
All right, we got to rebut this real quick. Giancarlos Mateo, he says same thing last year. Our defense is tired. This is our 3rd-string defense, bro.
Y'all don't understand why fans are like
this is not a real game. People understand this.
Like
this is not a real game.
First off, most of these guys aren't going to make the roster, and then the rest of them are going to be guys who barely play.
This is a preseason game.
There's like 4 or 5 guys who probably will get like decent playing time, but other than that, most of them won't play.
I need the regimen from Patrick Graham, bro.
Like Madre Harper is on the field right now. Rodarius, who isn't a slot corner, is playing the slot right now. So this isn't really our defense at all. There's no James Bradbury. There's no Adoree Jackson.
There was no Blake. There's no Leonard. No Dex.
That's a lot of people missing. Like I don't even mean to.
Bro, no Jabril, no Logan, no Xavier.
Basically, our starters. I don't mean to pick on the person that said this earlier, but they like the first play that they had it, they ran the ball for like 10 yards, and someone commented, "We're already missing Dalvin Tomlinson." I'm like,
you know, this is not the starting defense, right?
We wouldn't have been out there.
Denzel Mims, he's
I
second year,
wanted
right?
Denzel Mims last year, yeah. But he hasn't gotten. That is ridiculous. They have to make that tackle. They said getting shut out is embarrassing regardless.
Remember
I
in
don't I don't
remember
care
in
about Clayton
2019,
Thorson getting shut out.
remember in 2019 that play that got like 11 people cut in the preseason. This is that play for this year, bro. Everybody that missed that tackle just got like 11 people cut, bro.
That was hilarious. I remember that.
It was against New England in 2019, I think.
Yeah, that was.
Listen,
Joe. Like I
Brats,
remember.
Brats, you're my guy. I wouldn't say it's embarrassing because it's like second and third team, a preseason game. It's not
I mean,
ideal, but
it's
I
not
wouldn't call
even
it
that.
embarrassing.
It's the fact that Clayton Thorson is playing quarterback. Like, what do you expect that dude to score? Like the only big play that he made is a duck, a horrible throw to David Sills. That like it was like such an ugly throw, but it for some reason it got connected. That dude cannot throw his team down the field himself, let alone against any defense.
Mm-hmm. I think the Knicks are playing right now as well, Summer League. That's hilarious.
Every time someone mentions basketball, I'm just going to say it again. People are playing football right now. I really could care less about any basketball.
I mean, you're a bigger football fan, obviously.
Like I just couldn't care about basketball at this point.
At any point in your life, were you a bigger basketball fan, or were you
Never.
always a bigger football fan?
I've played basketball and like I've
No. We're not
cared
talking that.
about that.
We talking about just fan of the product.
Exactly. Being a fan of it, no, never.
Mm-hmm.
I've been a bigger fan of high school basketball than I have of the NBA at points, but I just can't watch NBA in the regular season. I just can't do that. It's too
Mm-hmm.
many games.
I
I like
definitely
pick
relate to
my
that because that's
games.
me with baseball, man.
Like I watch every like 4 or 5 games in the NBA, but I'm not one of those guys that's like. And first off, like at this point, like once you get to the point where you're married, there's no way that I could like squeeze that past of me watching every single
Exactly.
Lakers game, every single Giants game, watching every single LSU game, watching every single baseball game. I don't
Nah,
understand
not
how
baseball,
dudes.
bro. That's my problem with baseball as well. It's like I can never watch what is 162 games.
Yeah,
Never.
I'm not doing that. And the
That's
thing
like
is,
half the
like,
year, bro.
I I just don't understand how you could like. There's no way. There's some people who watch every single sports game of all of their favorite teams, and I don't understand how they have the time to do that. And like, if you're in the chat and you find time to do that, no shame to you at all. Like that's what you do.
That's
Congrats,
low
man.
key kind of hard work if you find
But
time to do
that's
that.
hard work because I would never be able to find enough time to do that. Even if like I had, like that's a lot to do.
Mm-hmm.
I like him correcting my grammar here.
Bros to do, bros to do.
I'm gonna say it again. I could care less about the NBA right now.
It's couldn't, bro. Couldn't. And the kick
But
is
I
good.
could care less. I could care less. To say couldn't is assuming that you know what I mean to say.
We're really about to get into psychology.
Oh, it's not psychology, it's semantics. But
Semantics.
the thing is, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna pull out the dictionary and the thesaurus while I'm streaming. They said we're not going to talk about their little touchdown. I don't care about the Jets running that ball in. I mean,
Yeah, man, bro. Once again, I'm gonna keep saying it. It's the preseason.
after the first,
Do y'all remember the last
man,
time the Giants did well in the preseason? It's almost the opposite. Last time we went 4-0 in the preseason, we then went on to have 3-13 in the regular season.
you realize the Ravens haven't lost the last like 17 games in the preseason?
Really?
They're on a 17-game win streak.
That's actually impressive.
That's ridiculous.
I'll say this though: every time the Giants do good in the preseason, we do bad in regular season. Every time we do bad or okay in the preseason, we do good in the regular season.
I mean, this game doesn't even. I mean, it literally
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
count. It doesn't count. But like when I say it doesn't count, it really doesn't count.
Like
the
Judge
time,
full on said, I'm treating this as if it's the 4th preseason game from a couple years ago.
And you realize what that means? even the most diehard of diehard Giants fans, when they see that fourth preseason game, a lot of people don't even watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, it's not really much to check for. Next game is going to be a lot more exciting because we'll
I
actually
actually
see some
think on the
players.
Patriots game, the third preseason week, that's
It's going
August
to be the
29th.
dress rehearsal.
I think that's going to be the dress rehearsal game. I think we're going to see like our starters then, whether it's for one or two plays or whatever.
I'm thinking so too, but I don't know because
Because
like the third preseason game, some teams used to play all the way until like halfway through the third quarter. So I don't see us doing that at all. It
I
doesn't
don't see,
seem like Judge is that kind of coach.
Even if it was like a regular 4 preseason games, I don't see that happening. But the reason I say I feel like preseason 3 is gonna be a dress rehearsal is because I just feel like he flipped how he wants to approach it. Like he's gonna do the cuts now and a little bit of that next game, and he's gonna save the dress rehearsal for week 3 because then there's a 2 week break until the regular season starts as well.
Yeah, I think he probably will do the dress rehearsal now that I think about it because he's the only coach that I've seen that like isn't playing any of his starters pretty much. So I'm guessing that he's like that dude's last name is Amendola. That's hilarious. But the only reason I think he's going to do the cuts, like you said, and then once he feels like he has his actual team, then he'll do the dress rehearsal. So that makes sense. Is that Saquon right there? Why does he have a towel over his head like he just played in the game?
Listen, bro, it's hot. There's been a heat warning for like 3 straight days out here in that area, bro. This man probably sweating.
I just realized the game that we're going to in January is probably going to be like -7 degrees.
Yeah.
That's
I low-key prefer that to the heat, though, bro. When we were at FanFest, that day was also a heat warning. It was literally so hot, I had a headache for half of the time, bro, just off of the heat.
I would rather have the heat.
Really?
I definitely would rather have the heat.
Yeah, I wonder if you could check weather from now.
I mean, you're Caribbean, man. I'm surprised that you wouldn't rather have the heat too.
No, this is a different type of heat from Guyana heat, bro. This is
well,
different.
yeah, it's a dry. What is it? A dry heat up there? It's not like because like when it's hot and you're beside the water, it's not the same kind of hot. Definitely.
Exactly. Like the sun still burns you, for example. Like the sun burns you more when you're in the Caribbean, but like your lungs, I should say, is not as affected.
You can breathe, yeah.
Yeah, you can breathe.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like the heat a lot better, even when it's like the heat where you can't really breathe. I don't know. It probably depends. I just would prefer 75.
It's the stifling part, yeah.
I just would prefer 75 degrees and sunny every day.
So even though it's super early, you could technically look up the weather in January.
You can?
Yeah.
So what is it now?
It says like 43 degrees.
That's fine. As long as it's in the 40s, I won't. If it'll be something in like the teens or something, that'll suck. But if it's in the 40s, that's fine.
We've had this second team line. We don't have a third team line, by the way, guys. We just have a first and second team line. We don't have enough people to make a third team offensive line.
Well, like
I did not know that. Soul Brother saying that Judge just actually said the third preseason game will be a dress rehearsal.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Okay, so look at that. But Clayton Thorson, deep bomb. Oh.
What did he throw, a pick or something?
Nah, it got swatted.
Oh my God, that spiral is disgusting.
It got swatted. Dante didn't really have anybody beat either.
Yeah, no one would. He wasn't open. He just threw it up as if he were Kenny Golladay. And I know he hasn't gotten to throw the ball to Kenny Golladay. Or maybe he is on the side.
Definitely not on a deep pass in practice.
Exactly, not with that hamstring. But Thorson, I mean, his spiral just looks horrible.
Yo, even Xavier has a towel on him, bro. I'm telling you, bro, they just sweating.
Yeah. But it's just funny to see these players sweating that didn't play in the game because, like, you would, like, get here late and be like, oh, snap, did I miss them playing? Like, no, they just been sitting on the sideline. Isn't it so hilarious that how, like, on the East Coast, we can literally have, like, 116-degree weather and then literally negative degree weather? Like,
yeah. Is it not like that in, say, like Seattle or something?
Oregon?
No?
I would guess it probably is. But I know like some places are like more extremes. Like
Yeah,
some
like for example,
places
Cali, unless I don't think Cali hits negatives.
probably not. I know like it's like Arizona, you're not gonna be like freezing. But I know like DC has the weirdest weather. One day I was walking down the street and it was like in the middle of the summer and it was like 90 degrees and then it just started snowing. And it was like still completely 90 degrees, so it didn't make any sense that it was snowing outside.
Yeah. If that isn't a sign that something's wrong with the world climate, bro, I don't
don't
know what
don't
is.
don't talk about it too much.
I don't know what is, bro.
That's
But now New
hilarious.
York weather be crazy. Not that crazy. I've never had that happen, but like crazy stuff like, it'd be like mad hot and then all of a sudden there's a little bit of rain for only like a block. Like
Oh
literally there's
yeah.
just one cloud raining on a block and then
Yeah, I
that's
saw
it.
that a couple of weeks ago.
Like everywhere else is dry.
I've been saying this like since before you got into the stream. Like this production quality is like literally high school football
Trash.
level.
Can we talk about that for a second? What are you watching on?
I'm watching on Game Pass.
So I'm watching on Giants.com because if you're in the New York area, they provide the stream for free.
That's so
And
disrespectful, man.
and they're
Like make it
pulling
for
it
everybody, man.
and they're pulling it from NBC. First of all, they had the lineups wrong at the beginning of the game. For both teams, the lineups were wrong. Second of all, there were multiple times where the down marker on the field and the down marker on the screen were different. Like one time, I think it said 3rd and 2 on the screen, and it was like 3rd and 4 on the field or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, fourth of all, like the graphics they have for like when they're showing the interview on the side looks like some out of the 80s, bro, with the slanted angle and
That was
like
so bad.
like, like the metal border. I'm like, what is this, bro?
The stadium is just rocking. Like look at the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
listen,
the one
man.
thing.
All
Like
respect to any fan that goes to preseason games, but I could never.
this, I could go to maybe one preseason game, but not this one. Like not the one where you know nobody's going to be playing. Like I
Mhm.
know Justin Pennick. He's been like posting. I think
He's a
both
season
like all
ticket
the
holder
talking
too. That's
Giants.
why.
Yeah, I think like all the talking Giants went to this game, so they have to be bored out of their mind. There's no way that this is entertaining in person,
Mhm.
especially in person. Like there's no way.
Oh, Calvin in Oregon. That's what's up. He says it
Oh
was
yeah, I saw it. He said
103
it was
today.
103.
God
Yeah.
damn. Cleveland is up 23-6 on Jacksonville. Golden boy Trevor Lawrence, bro. What's up with that, man? Didn't he play a good amount?
He threw like I think he threw an 80-yard touchdown too. But no, he threw a 35-yard touchdown. Did Tim Tebow catch something?
That's a good question. Did he play?
He's trending right now, so it's his birthday today. He turned 34.
That's kind of funny.
Tim Tebow tight end one. He just threw a block. That was such a weird block. That you could tell that dude played quarterback. He threw a block and it looked like literally a quarterback throwing a block.
Oh, today's Saturday.
Yeah.
Wow, it's Saturday.
Have you been keeping up with My Hero?
That's the reason I said it. Because me and my friends haven't watched like the past 3 episodes, and
I
then
have
today makes
not
4.
watched the past 5 or 6 episodes. It's
Yeah,
been
like
so boring.
we gotta binge it at one point. And so I don't know if you read the manga. I read the manga, and I was telling
Yeah.
my friends this. I was like, the reason it's boring is because they kind of changed up what happens. Like the
Yeah.
first arc of season 5, they sped up a lot. And so even though it seemed boring, it seemed kind of slow. That's because like they skipped over parts and like
Yeah.
made it happen quicker. And then they also skipped the whole arc as well. Like the arc that's happening right now doesn't happen for like another arc that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean, right? And the reason they skipped the arc is because of the last movie, which I hated the last movie. That was purely a manga
Exactly.
thing. I mean, an anime thing. They're trying
Yeah,
to
it
make
was
that a little
just
bit canon.
Stupid.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not sure what the studio is doing, but that's why it's been boring. I'm not gonna
It's
lie to you.
horrible. Like I was like, if you make me watch Hawk talking to itself for 15 minutes again, I couldn't do it.
Because the arc they're in right now is actually the best arc. I'm telling you, bro. It outshines the overall arc. It makes the overall arc looks like a baby arc, but they're just not executing it properly at all.
That's so bad.
And like you already know, bro. If you skip an arc to get to an arc, like there's stuff that's gonna be missing.
like I said, what's that dude's name? Hawks or something?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the episodes I've been watching have been him like walking in buildings, flying around, talking to himself, and I was like, I just saw this episode. I don't want to see this again. I get it. He's a double crosser or something. But what's going on, Wild Child? I feel like this game is only entertaining for the players because like they literally know each other, so
Mm-hmm.
like they can root for each other. But other than that, this game would have been a lot more entertaining if Zach Wilson like had a good game because at least the stadium would be like loud.
I guess he technically had like the least exciting game out of all the rookie QBs, right?
Definitely. Who else was out there? Trey Lance just threw a touchdown. So yeah, I think every rookie quarterback threw a touchdown but him.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kellen Mond even played a good game. So
Who did Kellen Mond get drafted by
I
again?
think he went to the Falcons. I just hate when they're reviewing plays in the preseason because I'm like, I don't care about the like in the regular season when they're reviewing plays, you're like actually invested in it, but I don't even know who this dude's name is, what this dude's name is. His last name is Walter or something. I don't care if he got the first down or not. I don't think the
Literally, I
Giants are
was
going to
on my
score though.
phone, and it's hilarious that we're just talking about My Hero because my friends just texted me. They're like, "You trying to binge My Hero tonight?"
Yeah, it's going to be a while before I watch that.
I'll let you know too, because like once again, it's just I'm telling you, bro. The arc in the manga, right? Well, right now they're technically combining the Endeavor Agency arc with the what you call it, the Liberation Army arc.
Yeah,
The Liberation Army arc is unmatched, bro. There's nothing that compares to it in My
that's
Hero, that
sad.
is. But it's like they're combining it, and I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's not working out.
Yeah, that's sad. Apparently they made a play.
Who, Mims?
Yeah, Mims made a play. Mims is actually good, man. Like he's the only player that's out here worth watching right now. Rodarius is getting kind of he's giving
He
up a
was
lot
he
of
was being
passes.
targeted. Like I remember Wilson was definitely targeting him. You could say.
I think he misses us. I think he just didn't know where he was supposed to be. But I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. I mean, that's one of the only people I've seen that they didn't know where they were supposed to be in Patrick Graham's system. So, like I said, a lot of people were just writing off Isaac Yadam like he's some horrible player. But Isaac Yadam seemed to always be in the right spot, and the only passes he gave up were like a 15-yard pass. Like I can live with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I guess Rodarius will learn from it. He'll get better. I'm not going to overreact to this first game because at the beginning he was guarding Corey Davis. So
So the nickname for Trey Lance is Trey Area or something. Because the San Fran announcer, when he made the pass, I just saw a highlight of it on Twitter. This man screamed Trey Area.
that's weird.
I know, man.
That
It's the
dude
end of the
just
third, though, bro. I'm probably gonna hop out here and actually go binge My Hero. I'm not even gonna cap
yeah,
with
you
you,
might.
bro.
I might listen at this point. If you're not on here, then this is going to be a snoozer.
Yeah.
Uh,
You
but
want to close it out then?
yeah, I might do that. But let me look up Big 12. I know Texas. Do you know anything about college football at all?
Define anything. I know some things. Yes.
What do you think about Texas and Oklahoma joining the SEC?
Oh, okay. I don't know that much, but I was gonna say, don't they already have Texas and Oklahoma, or Texas? Doesn't that disrupt rivalries that have existed for like 100+ years or something?
I think so.
So like if it does that, I know that it disrupts. It's either between Oklahoma and like Oklahoma State. Texas and Oklahoma themselves, I think, have a rivalry. I don't know about that because it's like the same thing. So if I were to put it in NFL terms, like if the Giants were all of a sudden moved to like the NFC North or something, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
anything that disrupts rivalries that existed for so long, I don't know if support is the right word, but I'm not really for, just because I'm like, that's something that I feel like should stay there. Like there's so many fans invested in what is
Yeah,
involved with the multiple teams
it's
and
like they
whatnot.
feel like they're so good that they need to be in the SEC, but like I feel like their conference should just get better. Like they're like carrying their conference, and now they're not going to do that anymore. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's another thing too.
I
If
don't
they
really
move
like
out of
it.
the conference, doesn't the conference get worse?
It just makes it worse. Yeah, it just
Yeah, like
makes the
who's going to be
SEC
watching
the
that
only
conference
conference.
now? And I know that's been a thing people have discussed for a long time. Like the SEC is the only conference worth watching and whatnot. And that's the reason
Yeah,
it
you
gets all the
have
big
the
TV
SEC,
deals and stuff.
and then you have Clemson in the ACC, where they're really the only team. Miami used to be up there with them, but they're gone. And then I think
Big 12.
yeah, the Big 12. Yeah, there's not really there. It's just pretty much only going to be the SEC. That's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much it. But Rick said the offensive line looked bad. Um, like I said, the starters look decent. The backups, mostly Kenny Wiggins, look bad. But yeah, we are 3 quarters into this. We have 92 total yards because Clayton Thorson has played most of this game, and this is an incredibly boring game. And the joint
Oh, by
practices
the
with the
way,
Browns are
Kyle
going to be better.
Murphy is out with an ankle injury, so the depth of the O line gets thinner.
New seasons of Hunter, don't do that, man. Don't play around
Yeah,
with me
this
like
man
that.
tries to. You think you could trick us, bro?
Don't
You
play
think you
around
could
with me
trick
like that.
me?
Don't do
I
that,
don't know
man.
who this man think he is, bro.
But oh, hold up, Lucas's nephew just started training last week. He's a
Hey,
freshman
what
at
up,
Texas
Lucas? I haven't seen you
A&M.
in a minute, bro. How you doing?
Oh, that's great. First Aussie to get 20 plus offers. And I wish your nephew a lot of
A
luck,
lot of
man.
luck. Yeah, exactly, man.
Definitely, if maybe you might want to not want to put his name out there, but
I'll keep
definitely
my
let me
eye
know
on
if you
him.
want.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll look for the Aitken name if it pops up.
Exactly.
But
But what up,
yeah, we're
Lucas?
gonna
Love you,
end up.
man. This man got me
Yeah.
in my Blake Martinez jersey. I will never forget that.
Oh, that's goaded. But yeah, we're gonna end this because this isn't really watchable at this point.
Yeah.
But you guys have a great rest of your day, and you'll see us either on the same channel or in a different channel in some capacity next week.
Yeah.
All right.
Peace.